All right, welcome back to Blackacre Ranch, everybody. Good news on a lot of fronts, actually. First of all is our cows are still alive. So are the calves. We actually have calf number 4. Was born yesterday on my birthday. So we have now 4 calves of the 11. Not sure if there's any gonna be born anytime soon, like in the next day or so, but they supposedly are still coming. So goodness, what has been going on since the last time that we had a video going? We have been making more progress on the house. And as you can see, we got all the horizontal purlins up on the roof. The kids been working on that yesterday. On my birthday, we got on the back side and did half of the back side. And so today, Grant's here, all the other kids are here, and we've been making tons of progress up here. And it's looking super good. Now you can't see it, of course, because I'm standing right in front of it. But let's see if I can go around the other side. And it's gonna be pretty much the same thing. Let's see if I can show it in the dark. So really what's happening is we're just putting the horizontal bottom row down first, and then we have cut spacers exactly at, I think, 28.5 inches. And we put a spacer on one end, a spacer on the other end. We spread the 2x4 up top, nail it down, take the spacers out, and keep on moving. So everything should be a consistent length. The only issue will be the very first row, as they just cut that board off and it hit my garage roof. Let's get up here. Here we go. So if you look down the line, there may be a little bit of wobble. I'm actually probably at the highest point. And then there's the other side. So we do have one extra row that's gonna go way up at the top, but we're gonna cut that later. All right, it's amazing what happens when you get a lot of people here to work. All right, now the reason we had to do this, I just got done mowing. You can't tell from pasture 5, but I just got done mowing 5. I didn't get all of it done, and I was running low on gas, and it's getting dark, so we're gonna pick up tomorrow or the next day or the whatever. We're gonna pick it up again. It's been hot, but today a storm happened to blow through unexpectedly and drop the temperature like 15 degrees. So we thought, let's jump up on the roof. But this gable end is what we have to do. And what we wanted was that the sheathing is on the outside and the sheathing will go up the front face. We wanted all the spacers and all the purlins up there, so that way we could just get the router on top and just bzzz right across the whole top. We wouldn't have to worry about anything else. So that's what we've actually been working on, and why we wanted to get this done before everything else. So this project is next. Once that's done, we can call ourselves almost dried in. We've got some windows to do and still stuff like that. And I still obviously have not made a lot of headway on this patio cover, so we'll be coming back with that. So anyway, next project, you'll either see us doing it or the results is that gable end. And then I'll show you the pasture 5 when I'm done mowing it. So until then, we'll be right back in a jiffy. Well, it's the other day and we're back. So we're going to fill up this tire. I think that's what we're gonna do right now. And we have this 4-way tool with valve cores. Theoretically, we're just going to take everything out from the valve core. All the air, of course, will come out. And we're gonna start using this little hose adapter. You put on the end of your hose with a certain fitting on the end, it threads on, and then you turn the water on and it pushes it in. So at that point, it's just a balance of, you need to let some air out to let some water in. And it does have a bleeder valve up top where you can actually get all the air out, so you can kind of balance as you're filling it up. So not a lot to it, so I guess we're just gonna get working on it. Wow, nothing like putting that in the most optimal spot. It's a 4-way tool, which means it's probably just 4 sizes.
I have no idea.
Oh, it's got little 4 things on it. Okay. Yeah, go figure, it worked. No, we're not really prepared with the next step. I kind of think it would have been better to hook up the hose before I did that. Haha! Did it one-handed. Except for all the air coming out. All right, let's fill it up with water. Well, it's not leaking, and I feel it coming in the tire. There it goes. All right, while we do this, guys, it's going to take actually a while. This little valve is only so big, and you're only putting so much water in there. I don't know if this is 70 gallons, something like that. So it's going to take a while to fill up 70 gallons, however much this ends up being. So each tire, according to Messic's tire gauge chart thing, I think it was, will hold 570-ish pounds of extra weight in just each tire in the back. So that one's still full. This one we're filling up. So that's almost like, what, 1,140 pounds, something like that, of extra weight. And then the front ones obviously are filled as well. And that's, I think, about 200 to 300 pounds in each tire. So that adds a lot of weight. It's the cheapest weight you can get because it's right out of a hose. Other times people will just get weights and they'll hang it on the front bar, kind of a thing up front. They're called, gosh, I forget what they're called. They're like saddle weights or something like that. Anyway, don't quote me on the name, but they'll get weights, or they'll put like discs inside their tires. They'll get weights there. So there's different ways to add weight to your tractor, and the reason you're doing that is just to make it more stable. It is not low to the ground. It is very high, and it can get tipsy. So we're just lowering the center of gravity doing this, so it makes it more stable, more secure when we're driving around on crazy hills. So anyway, while that's going on, I did show you guys that we had the buffalo all the way moved into pasture 7. So we did this just yesterday. The trough, even though I broke this pasture 6, 7 trough is working just fine. But we moved them over. But I think I mentioned yesterday we have 4 calves now. There is 1 or 2 that look pretty close. Others don't look very close at all. And, you know, we'll see what happens in the future with them. So, but the animals are all looking good. And this is like amazing because it's like we have not fed supplement at all. And that's not normal for what we've done in the years past. We are just about June 1st or July 1st. And it's been like 3 months. And we still have a bunch of hay left. We've fed like 4 bales of hay in the last 3 or 4 months. So this is our last stronghold of grass, and the heat and the dryness is now making it difficult for the grass to grow. So I'm hoping this lasts a while, as long as we can get it. And then we're gonna be back to feeding hay in no time. Go figure. All right, we're gonna finish this part up, get it all done, and then we'll catch you up as we get busy doing other things. My wife mentioned why, you know, what do we use? And we're just using water, right? So other people use beet juice or other chemical formulations and all that other kind of stuff, antifreeze based stuff they put in the tires. And why we're not using that? Well, 1, I don't have it. 2, it doesn't get cold enough here to really worry about that so much. In the winter, it does kind of get some cold snaps, and I've just never bothered about that. The expansion rate, I mean, we're only going to go about yay high on the tire. So it's not like this is going to freeze and just completely blow the tire up. Will it rust the tire or the rim? Maybe. That's going to take a while. So this is cheap, and we don't have a lot of cold issues to worry about. So, and I don't have beet juice or whatever it is that they use. But so we just use water until then. I had them do it over at the tractor place, and all they did was water. So it's not like, it wasn't like super available all the time. Everybody does it around here. That's all I can say. All right, let's get going to other things. We're gonna finish this up and we'll catch you back when we get busy. So if you guys are endeavoring to do this, just realize it doesn't take 5 minutes. Been sitting here long enough, I feel like I'm just gonna start contemplating all of my life choices anyway. So this is how far I think I am. If I get here, I think I'm right around here. Now, does this method work with an inner tube inside of it? I don't know. I'm gonna say yes, because I'm not gonna do anything to figure out otherwise. So I guess we're halfway. All right, is this it? Nope. Patience, Jeff, patience. It's only one lifetime. Aha, we're full. There it goes. All right. This next part is gonna be pretty tricky, so I'm not gonna show this. Just disconnect, water's gonna start coming out, put that valve in and screw it down and you're done. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Wow guys, that took 45 minutes to maybe an hour. That's just a good long while, but I'll tell you what, she's full. She's full. All right, let's get some gas and then we're gonna get out of here and check in with the other peeps and get mowing. I'm about to head out and go out to pasture 5 way out there. So this is what it looks like. Before and after is gonna come up, hopefully. Here's the before. She's gonna trim off that underlayment. We're getting the last ridge cap row of purlin done way at the top, both sides. So the kids are all doing that. And then it comes time for all the sheathing over here and then put the wrap around it. Anyway, let's get this mowing done and I'll show you kind of where I've been and what I got left to do. And now that I've got this magnetic mount, maybe I'll try and strap it to the tractor or other things like that and get some different photos. Weeds in pasture 6 are coming back. We're gonna go out and go get a sprayer, I think, and we just gotta spray these things now that all the animals are out of the pasture. So maybe next week we'll try and get that done. All right guys, back into pasture 5. I've gotten already some started mowing. I've made about 3 or 4 passes and cleared out over there already. So I've spent 2 hours and I've got mostly all this middle section which goes all the way down to the end. So you'll kind of see some of the video from it. I don't have a drone, so I can't show that all to you. But this is just a sample of some of the heights of some of the trees. This is a sweet gum. It's probably 10 foot. I do probably have others that you'll probably see me going through. They're gonna be about 14, 15, 16 feet. So it's gonna get kind of crazy actually. So I'll try and get you some views from back here on the mower and everything else, and hopefully it looks good. You know, I'm afraid this video is already getting too long anyway, so we'll see how much actually makes it in. this long to mow, except it gets wet. And so since this year has been really, really wet, here, let me show you down here. It means we've collected a lot of water. And when we've been collecting water, it means it gets the ground wet and I can't really mow very well. So you'll actually maybe see it here. Out in that sand out there, the water collected out in 4 in the valley and then started coming up. And right in here, it's still kind of wet. It's a little moist, but it's not horrible. But it was just a little bit moist still. So I've had to wait all this time. It's been about 3 weeks, 4 weeks of waiting for it to dry out. You can see a better shot right here. So ideally I don't want to wait this long, but they just kind of end up happening that way. So anyway, wow. I can't talk right now. I'm just gonna get mowing and try and avoid the stuff that's gonna be a real problem. If you ever wonder what kind of stuff I have to miss, it's stuff like that. Erosion areas. I did not plant grass in pasture 5 yet, and I'd like to do it this year, but I don't know if I'll get to it. I should have planted it probably 5-6 weeks ago. So until then, maybe next year, but we gotta just keep it mowed and try and stop some of this erosion from happening. I need the grass to grow, and hopefully mowing will help. Take off. It just means I'm letting my pastures get too wild before I actually mow them. Well, we got it all done. So it only took a while, but it got done. So there are a few sections that have been really overgrown with, what do you call them, sweet gums. About a year and a half ago, we had this mulched with a skid steer and a mulching drum, and it helped a lot, but it didn't take care of everything. So we just got to keep mowing it and stay on top of it, and eventually we'll reclaim the pasture. This is done. I'm tired. Holy crap, my butt hurts so bad sometimes from sitting in that chair. If I'm in third gear, it's not too bad bouncing up and down. You hit fourth gear, you start throwing yourself. So, you know, I'd go faster, but 3.8 miles an hour is about as fast as I go. All right, let's go check out how they're doing on the house and see what progress they made. All right, guys, got the tractor put away, and I'm sitting in the truck now because it's hot. I'm tired, I'm dirty, and I needed some water. So anyway, this is the house. They got it all done. Gable end's finished up all the way to the top. They trimmed it, and then they put all the house wrap on it. So at this point, we're pretty much ready for the metal roof to go down, except I got to get the patio covers built. And so I guess the journey never ends, right? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna call it here. The house main section is done, windows next, other things. Pasture 5 is mowed. Now we got to just kind of maintain this stuff. And once this house is done and we're on the property, I think that'll be a lot easier. So anyway, we're gonna end it here, guys. Thanks for joining along. We'll catch you next time, Blackacre Ranch. Bye.